Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing card of the day, and I'm using the Aquarian Tarot. I did already clear and shuffle this deck, and then realized that 4 of the cards were backwards, so I cleared it again, and then shuffled it some more. Probably should have pulled the cards out, but whatever. If they're supposed to come out, they'll fall out again. Also, technically, card of the day is 1 card, but, I don't know if it's going to be an extended yet or not, so we'll see. Trying to sit a little bit further back from the webcam, because I always feel like a floating head when I do these. Okay, there it is. Whoop. The star. The bird of paradise. You'd fly up your nose and fart twice. Okay. I don't know why, but I keep hearing, I hear the word pigeon. Pigeonholed. It's definitely not a pigeon, unless it's one of those, like, you know, those, like, rainbow doves? Soapstone. Dark clouds across the horizon. Any of these down here is like erratic heartbeats. Fear into the mountains. Also hearing Flight of the Navigator. That movie did not age well. Going to the movies. I mean, this idea of like compass, homing beacon. What was the other thing I just heard? Oh, I didn't say them fast enough. Finding direction. Portal technology. I also just heard crossing the Rainbow Bridge. What does that mean? I just heard when you wish upon a star, and I see Disney World being closed in a black cloud of death. So that's cheerful. Topical. Look how clear that sky is. Okay, so I heard you're being ushered into a new world, and then pressure cooker. Obviously, we know what this is talking about. Seek shelter under the leaves. What are those berries for? They look like little germs, don't they? I don't know if you can see that. Like little, they look like crunch berries. Captain Crunch berries. And these look like tombstones. That's not very cheerful at all. It's making me sad. Okay, I'm just going to point out that I am not religious, but I did just hear, though I pass through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. That's fantastic. What's this? The High Priestess in reverse. You're not even going to see it coming. What the fuck? I just heard High on the Mountain of Love. This is weird. Okay. Look at it. I have to get the card off of the other side, too. So now it's Judgment in reverse. Okay. It's giving me the other lyrics of the song. Mountain of love, you should be ashamed. You used to be a mountain of love, you should change your name. There's something going on with these berries and flowers. Okay. I'm not saying that out loud. Look at this, the Templars again. I just heard going underground. Sunrise on the third day. What the fuck? And of course now I'm getting Elvis, No More Crying in the Chapel. What the hell? This is weird. I am seeing this connection between the 2 10s and the 2 here. And then there's, on the 17, it's like the devil and then a double, the 2. This is freaking me out. Okay, I'm gonna get another card. This time I'm gonna shuffle it out. This is depressing. Alright, these just flipped over. They're also upside down. Ace of Cups and 2 of Pentacles. Let me look at them upright though. Look at this. Sunshine. Sunshine Wednesday, she's there asking, please share your umbrella. It's a very Joanne moment here with this pink hat. Kind of reminds me of, it's like Linda Perry, but also a little bit of, the hell is his name? Complete blank. I can't remember that guy's name. The guy that sings Happy? You know who I'm talking about. I hate it when I can't remember shit. No, what's interesting is that this card, which is another 2 10s, 2 1s, not at 2 1s, but this is also a number 2. But it's kind of like a feedback loop. But it's the only card that has water on it. Did I already say rough seas? I'm also getting this like kind of horse latitudes. True sailing is dead, something mute nostril agony. But this has those jagged mountains on it as well, on the cup. I would say like poison water. Oh. Let me put these back upside down. Now, everything that I've gotten has come out inverted except for the star, which is the wish card. It's like the promise of something getting better. This also came out upright. I'm hearing from the Witches of Eastwick it's something like a tall, dark stranger traveling on a black horse. But here it's sort of like victory. It's like, balance in... it's like a balance of ambition. Let's see what else comes out. Oh man, that one almost went in the trash. All the way down here. Okay. Now it's the Ace of Swords. Now the way I picked it up off the floor, it came out upright. I just heard hold on to your butts. But I'm saying like I think it's actually called a butte when it's like the geological thing sticking up like a rock, like a little like Chimney Rock in the fuck is it called? Playing this game since I was 6 years old and I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Oregon Trail. Chimney Rock and Oregon Trail. So hold on to your buttes. Landmass. Okay. What does that mean? Being like really cryptic. Extremely cryptic. Put all these upright cards next to each other. I just heard daggers, and then I saw a clip from the movie The Shadow, where Alec Baldwin is being trained by the... What the hell is the teacher guy called? Why can't I remember anything? Well, anyway, the little knife in it's called the Purba, and the guy that's training him is like trying to get him to learn how to control it. But in the spoiler alert, I mean, you've had since 1994 to see this movie, so spoiler alert. So at the end of the movie, he finally overcomes the Purba, but he almost gets his throat slit in the process. So it's kind of like that 11th hour kind of essence. I heard victory or death, but it's not quite like that. Although they have the Spartans used to say, like, by your shield or on it. The same sentiment. Also just heard Ogre Battle, that's a Queen song. This one, what's this? This one came out sideways. Of course, it's the Ten of Swords. Challenge. I don't think a better card could have come out. It's like... It's that stick a fork in me, I'm done, but it's also like... I don't know why I'm getting pinned the tail on the donkey. And then there's those mountains again. It's, I'm getting these weird, like, multi-layered things coming through my head, and I can't quite catch them. It's like like 4 TVs on at the same time and people talking over it. So there's nothing that's really clear. I don't. There's something really important about mountains in regards to this Queen of Pentacles. I just heard something in the free world. I feel like that's Tom Petty, but I'm not sure. But the idea that I'm getting with this, because she's got this sort of Mercury hat on, is communication. Global communication. Okay. I'm gonna get the whole deck out before I get a coherent message. This is ridiculous. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do a card of the day real quick, and then I'll take off my apron and go pee. So it was like, hold the phone. Oh, okay, this is like Morse code. Like, like that. And I also just heard being needled. Eight of Pentacles. I think in the card of the day that I did yesterday, or within the last couple days, I said that in my music deck that I made, my strength card, which is 8, is El Condor Pasa by Simon and Garfunkel. This, I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. That's one of the lyrics. I also just heard rebuild and fortify. I also heard, I'm also seeing like tinfoil hat. So it's, oh, okay, okay. The reason that this reading is so garbled is that there's a flood of information, but it requires discernment. Alright, let me see what else is going on here. Don't believe everything that you read. Don't believe everything that you hear. People aren't going to want you to make the choice. But you know what truth is. But you have to listen to yourself to hear it. So, this page is exactly what I just said. I almost picked this card up when I said that last bit about trusting yourself to know the truth. But I'm like, no, it's not that guy. But this guy, it's like the same guy, kind of. This is like later on. And this is, I know the truth. And look, he's got this same, like, braided arm that this guy has. So it's like all this bullshit coming in that feels like an assault. He's saying, let me take out all these fucking swords until I get the one that I know is right. Okay. I'm gonna climb that garbage heap till I get to the top of the mountain. Oh, shit. Knight of Rods. Okay. So I was wrong. There's a step between. Okay, here's this guy. Got a little story going here now. These are going to be backwards for you guys. Okay. Panel 1. No. Panel 1. Dude, I always think I'm going to fucking do this right. Okay, there we go. Panel 2. I'm starting to get the hang of this. Panel 3. Panel 4. Can't hold it right. Alright. This is the same guy. It's like he's coming out swinging. So what's the difference between these suits? So just getting the idea of like hazmat suit. But the difference between these suits is, see how he's got this flower thing on here? It's still a weapon that you can, like, if you really want to, you can stab somebody with a post. You just have to make it pointy on the end. But you can, like, whack people with it and stuff. The end of this being a flower reminds me of A Wrinkle in Time. It's a book by Madeleine L'Engle. It's been made a movie a couple of times, most recently with Oprah and Reese Witherspoon and whoever the other fucking person was in there. The, in the book, I think it's Mrs. Whatsit, who's like the horse guy, and they're riding on his back to go to rescue the dad. And the kids are given this flower thing that's like a breathing apparatus. And that's what I'm seeing here. I have a drawing of that. I guess I'll use that drawing for the thumbnail for this. I just heard breathe right airstrips. Oh, that's funny. Okay. A breath of fresh air. High above all the pollution. Oh, look at this. That smoke there on the mountain looks like the stuff coming out of his hat. It's like, also sort of like, it's not really, but it's sort of like mind blown or like blowing your stack. Fumigating. Let's see if there's anything else that can tie this all the way together. I'm going to go back to this, suspending judgment. And this is sort of like, don't take it at face value. This is kind of like a gift horse. It was sort of like, sorry, I burped a little bit. Like, don't look a gift rabbit in the mouth. This card tried to pop out. Let me see what this is. Two of Rods. So it's that same guy. He's like, he's kind of in this high priestess energy. I see this guy. he's like, no, screw you guys. I am gonna make my own decision. Let me peer deep into my crystal ball so I can see this from multiple angles. I make the choice. You don't tell me that I have a single choice. I like his gloves. They look like snake skin. Can you see that at all? Is there... Okay. His gloves look like this. So like this larger detail. Those gloves. It looks kick-ass. Okay, let's see what else is going on over here. Right? These cards are just flopping out everywhere. These came out inverted. Okay. So the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I see this antenna. To me, that again, that's communication. I also was shouted the word Taurus when I was looking at this guy. It's sort of like hard-headed, deliberately handing you bullshit. This reality is not the truth. Do not follow it on blind faith. Like half the fucking deck out here. Six of Cups. You're getting the way we were. I think I want to stop here because the concept that I'm getting with these two kids here. Nobody can pull the wool over your eyes anymore. I'm hearing wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, they're smelling the flowers, but... I just watched some interview. I don't know if it was something that... I don't remember who was supposed to have said it. Before you can wake up and smell the roses, you have to wake up and smell the coffee. I don't know if that was Jim Morrison or what. It's so weird. Okay. Let's try to summarize all of this. This is like you can't go back in time. You have no choice but to determine truth. You can't go back in time to just accepting the status quo. You have to use discernment when you get information. You can't really prejudge everything that you hear and see. Again, it has to do with accepting what you're told. Which is to say, don't do that. I also just heard running down a dream. Reevaluate what's going on in your life and where you are. Is this your highest purpose or isn't it? Doing that work, number 8, will bring you to this place of higher achievement. Now, a knight can be a 1 or a 12. Here I'm going to suggest he's a 1 because there was that Ace of Swords. 6 and 1 is 7. That's the Chariot. That is like get in the car, losers, we're going forward. Okay? So, it's the reading. That's the first thing the first thing I got was the Star. Card of the day. And all its friends. Oh, if you want to purchase a reading, you can email me at thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. If you want to donate, that's PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, CATtheMinion. Like, share, subscribe. You can purchase art in the form of real art or in prints or merch. I have coloring books. I have a poetry book. I've got some cards over on makeplayingcards.com. What else do I have? I think that's mostly everything. All the links and data and information and the list of the readings that I have available is in the description box of my infomercial video, which is linked below this one. But again, if you email me, I can just give you the writing, so you don't have to go click on 2 things to find it. But either way, you still gotta click a couple of things. Yeah, okay. So pretty birdie. Okay, peace out.